Hi everyone, and welcome to our first workout of the week video. I wanted to put these together for those of you hoping to get maybe a little more strength training in this year or more exercise in this year in general, but you don't really know where to start. So we are going to start with strength training because I think that's a big thing for people looking to get into it. They don't really know what to do or how to do it. It's scary. It's a big scary world out there, so hopefully this will clear up some misconceptions or some simple just questions about form and that kind of thing. So we're going to start today with a very simple type of workout, very basic workout. It'll just be 3 exercises. We're going to do one for your upper body, one for your lower body, and one for your core. If you find this too easy, you can repeat it as many times as you want. I'll give you a little more direction about how to go about that at the end of the video. But we are going to start with our upper body exercise. This first one is called a wall push-up. So all you need to do this exercise is yourself and a wall. It's a good exercise to kind of build up the strength to do push-ups later or any of those big chest movements. So you're going to target your chest with this exercise. You're also going to work a lot of your shoulders and the backs of your arms, your tricep muscles here. You're also going to work a little bit of your core. All the exercises we do today will have a little bit of core. And that's a very important part of strength training. A lot of your work is going to come from that center of your body. So it's important to build that up and have it be strong. So for this exercise, you're going to place your hands about straight in front of your shoulders on the wall like this. And then you're going to take a step back from the wall, and that's about a good place to start. If you find this exercise is too easy for you, you can first start by working your feet back a little bit because that'll give yourself a sharper angle to have to push. But start first just going a step back from the wall and see how that feels. It's always better to go too easy than too much the first time you try a new exercise. So for this one, we're going to lower our chest in between our hands towards the wall, and then you're going to push back up through your hands back up to that starting position. And you want to be nice and controlled as we do this motion. You want to keep a nice straight line throughout your body. So you see that my hips aren't dipping or raising at all. They're nice and straight. I think that was 3. We're going to go for 8 repetitions here. And I'm very bad at counting and talking at the same time. So feel free to do your own count if you're doing this simultaneously with me. We'll do one more here. And then that should have been 8. It may have been 7. So those are our wall push-ups. If you got through that set and you felt like it was too easy, you can work your feet back and try that. Or you may need a different progression, and we'll go over those in a future video. But for now, those wall push-ups are really nice to kind of start building strength in your upper body so you're ready for new things in the future. The second exercise we're going to focus on our legs now. This one, if you have a sports background, you may have used as a warm-up at some point. We're going to do what's called the standing march. But we're not going to do it fast. We're going to do it slow to kind of target your muscles and build up the strength in them. It's also going to challenge your balance a little bit, so if you do have a chair or a wall near you, feel free to grab it if you need to. It's always best to have that extra support. Don't go falling down when you don't need to. I'll probably fall, so it's not just you. So you're going to balance on one foot. I'm going to choose my right foot first. And you're just going to raise your other leg up to about hip level. So I'll do a side profile so you guys can see that. You have about a 90-degree bend here. So this is going to work some of your quad muscles in here, that front of your leg. And it's also going to challenge your hip flexors a little bit, which is really good for us that have to sit all day long. I believe this is 7 here. We'll do one more. You can see I'm kind of teetering a little bit. So my core is forcing me to balance, and that stationary leg. You might feel a little bit in your glutes working on that one too. Even though the leg isn't physically working, it is in that stationary position. All right, so now we're going to switch and do the other leg. You guys can alternate legs in between your sets. I personally don't because I start to use momentum. If I do this, you can tell I'm not really working anymore. I'm using the push off the ground to get my leg back up. So I like to do one side at a time, but it's totally personal preference. If you guys like to switch, feel free. Whatever's easier for you to count is what I normally tell my clients that I work with at the gym. Okay, so we'll do 2 more here just so you can see. And that is our leg exercise. Our last one is going to focus on our core. We've done a lot of core in this video without you even realizing it, but this one, we're going to target the sides of our core, our oblique muscles. And this one's pretty easy too. You can do this anywhere. All you're going to do is lean to the side. It's called a side bend. We're not very creative in the exercise world when we name our exercises. So you're just going to lean down towards your knee, but you might not be able to touch it. You probably won't unless you're very flexible. I know I can't touch mine. But again, you want a nice straight line in your body. You don't want to be leaning forward or leaning back to get that extra inch. You're just going as far as your own flexibility and anatomy allows. And that's totally okay. And you don't want too much momentum when you go back up. So you don't want to be going like this. You're just going down, back to your starting, down, back to your starting position. That was probably more than 8. So now we're going to do our other side, and it's the same thing here. You can get down as far as you allow. You might be able to get further on one side than the other, and you might find one side is stronger than the other. That's normal too. It's just the way we work our bodies in everyday life. Some sides get a little bit stronger than other sides, and strength training helps to kind of decrease those imbalances as we work the strength training portions. Okay, so that's our really quick 3 exercise circuit. If you guys feel like you need more, you can do one of 3 things really. You can either add in some extra sets, so you can do that circuit 2 or 3 more times at 8 repetitions an exercise. You can increase the repetitions of each exercise and try to go between 8 and 15, see if you can get 15. Or you can do a combination of both. So if you went through that video with me and you were like, I feel like I didn't do anything at all yet, try to do each exercise shooting for 15 repetitions and then do another set of that and maybe a third set of that as well. And see how you do. Right? I hope you guys enjoyed this. Feel free to put any questions in the comments. I'll monitor that throughout the week. And I'll see you next Monday for another video.